Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Jody Joe from the Kickback, coming at you with a deck profile. We're going to do Hieratics. I just went to the tournament with this deck, and it did pretty good. Oh, that's cool. You can go. It's cool. I did to the tournament. I went 3-1. The type of tournament that we went to was kind of weird. It was like 20 people, and they only did 4 rounds, and I went 3-1. I lost to Mermails. On a whim. My third hand was pretty bad, so that was pretty much a wrap. But otherwise, here goes the deck profile. This deck is beast though. This deck gets it done. Just to let y'all know, this is the deck. I have approximately 3 cards in here, so I'll let y'all see. 1 red eyes because it's only limited to 1. You can only have 1. Pretty straightforward. 3 copies of Sue. You need these cards because they special summon to the field. Once per turn, you could tribute a Hieratic from the field or the hand, destroy a back row, which is awesome. And then when it's tributed, you get to search a vanilla dragon monster out. That's necessary. 3 copies of Tefnuit because he brings stability to the deck. It's a cyber dragon effect. When your opponent controls a monster you don't, you can just special summon him and that lets you go into Sue, which gets you a tribute fodder, which you can go into any exceed rank 6 that you want. Gotta have 3 of these. Next we have 3 sets. A set has to be done at 3 because you need to normal summon, because sometimes when you don't have nothing to normal summon, when you're stuck with like Sues, when you have like Sues in your hand, you can't normal summon. So, and if you have even if you have a Tefnu in your hand and your opponent doesn't have a monster like this today, my opponents were on purpose not setting a monster because they knew that I had Tefnu and they knew I would just special and just go off. So they would just like set back rows in their turn. So that's when I really needed the set. So this card comes in handy. You gotta have 3. Moving on, I'm running only 2 copies. Where the heck is my Neptid? Of Neptid. This card, you can run this at 3 if you want, but 2 is good because this card is good because you can pop monsters on the field. There's been a couple of duels today where I played a hero deck and he sided against me and put Fossil Dyna because he duality, and I saw the card that he side decked, and he put the Fossil Dyna like a retard set instead of putting it face up. So he set the Fossil Dyna. I just kept special summoning it until I got Neptid. Then I popped the Fossil Dyna and attacked him for like 10,000. So Neptid's good. Alright, the normal monsters that you're going to run for this deck are only as follows: is a Lesser Dragon and a Wattail Dragon. These are the only 2 normal monsters that you need for the deck. You can run 2 Wattails if you want, because people do not really run Chain Disappearance. I just do this because it's a habit. 2 vanilla monsters, those are the ones we run. The proxies that I have, I entered the tournament with 2 econs and a book, but this is the part of the deck that makes the deck so much great, because when I play with my friends, it brings stupid consistency to the deck. These are cards. This card makes the deck fast. It makes the deck fast, it lets you explode. And yeah, gotta have those at 3. 2 Max Cs for special summoning. This card came in handy against a lot of decks, except for the heroes, but Max C gets you the draw power. So that's your draw engine. You got the 2 Max Cs and the 3 Cards. 2 Birdman, because Birdman bounces back your red eyes to keep special summoning and exceeding. Birdman at 2. Some people run him at 3, but 3 is a little bit too much. Nothing's worse than having a Birdman with no Hieratics on the field, so that's why I got that at 2. Hand traps, 2 Trigodias and a Gores. This card combined with Cards equals cheating. Summon Card, tribute, draw 2 cards. That way you have like 6-7 cards in your hand. When you report an attack, you drop a Trigodia worth 3,600. Ultimate cheating card. And it's at 2. And the Gores. This protects you and allows you to stall for game. That's it for the monsters. On to the magics. Magics are as follows. Staple. 2 Hieratic Seal of Convocations. Simple. Search any Hieratic. This card needs to be at 3. Smoke Signal got pushed to 3. We need to get Convocation to 3. They need to stop playing games. 2 Dualities to bring consistency. Help you get your cards faster. The best combo opening hand that you could go into is Duality. The 2 card combos, Duality and Card. You Duality, you search, go Card. You draw 2. That lets you go through 5 cards in your deck in 1 turn. So that's a pretty good odd to get what you need out to the field. 2 dualities. 2 Forbidden Lance. People can run. I could run it at 3, but it's hard to find room for it. Forbidden Lance helps. It helps a lot, but not as much as people think. Especially when you deal with a lot of cards and peak players who have really big hitters or really small hitters that have good effects. So I use this as protection against like bottomless and stuff. 2 MSTs. This is spell destruction. 2 MSTs. I run 1 Night Beam. This card messed Mermails up. I don't know what that card was, but there was a trap card that it's a Call of the Hunter for Mermails. I had no cards in my hand. My opponent had no cards in his hand. He had 1 card on the field. I had Night Beam set. He set the card. I played Night Beam. I took his Call of the Hunter out. He tried to chain and activate it, and I told him his Night Beam, he can't activate it. And that's this is what made me win the duel against the Mermails. Night Beam, 2 MSTs, Heavy Storm for back trap destruction, and my personal tech, a Wing Beat of Giant Dragon. This card tore heroes. This card beat up on heroes. It beat up on Chaos Dragons. What you do is, this card says tribute a level 5 or higher dragon monster. Send it to your hand and destroy all magic and trap cards on the field. So you can imagine how many targets you have with this card. All these.
Yeah, these niggas is crazy.
All these are your targets. Wing Beat Giant Dragon. Bring back your Red Eyes. It's like having a 3rd Birdman in Heavy Storms. You can use Wing Beat a Giant Dragon. The best combo is with Tefnuit, because when your opponent has any monster on the field in his first turn, you special summon Tefnuit. Then you use Wing Beat a Giant Dragon. Send Tefnuit back to your hand. Destroy all your opponent's spell and traps. And then special summon Tefnuit again for free. Just because it's tight like that. So, this card is cheating. And it probably will be limited or something. Semi-limited. Monster Destruction. Dark Hole. Monster Reborn to bring back cards. Monster Gate, my personal tech. This card is beautiful. Combo. Summon Tefnuit. This is a special summon. Special summon Tefnuit. Then you activate Monster Gate. You haven't normal summoned yet. This is an instant like +1. You tribute. How many times have I drew my deck and you special summon another Sue, and then her effect activates in the graveyard, gets you a vanilla out. And then I've exceeded into a tomb, and then special summon a Red Eyes and went off, and still was able to normal summon to keep exploding. This card is a instant +1, maybe +2, depending on how you play it. This card is broken in this deck, and people don't really run it like that. And Pot of Avarice to recycle my dragons back into the deck, get my Red Eyes back in there, my Tragodians, draw 2 cards. I only run 2 traps with this deck, and they are Compulse. Compulse is versatile. Use it on their stupid XYZs. I bounce back Tefnuit when they bottomless. I bounce back my own Red Eyes to summon it again. It works in a lot of ways. So that's it for the deck. That's the 40 cards. I'm going to show you guys the extra deck. And extra deck is... I'm missing 1 card. This is Scrap Dragon. I'm going to run a Starter's Dragon, but I haven't got one yet. Just like I'm going to get the Cardees. Scrap Dragon because your Birdman sucks. Because your Birdmans and your Neptits and Assets make a rank 8, make a level 8 Scrap Dragon. It's so easy, and what you normally send back with Birdman is the Red Eyes. So you summon Red Eyes, you send Red Eyes back to the hand, bring out Birdman with this Synchro 8, tribute and remove another dragon, go for it again, pop Scrap Dragon at the target, use Red Eyes effect to bring back that very same Scrap Dragon. It's cheating. So Scrap Dragon, I'm running Adrius, Tyrus, Zector Exabeetle, number 25, Swordbreaker. Gotta have 2, maybe 3 of these guys. I run 3 Photon Strike Bouncers because this card is amazingly good. First turn Photon Strike Bouncer, it puts you at an advantage to win the duel. And 3 Tombs. This card is how the deck runs. Without this card, the Hieratics would be nothing. So that's the deck profile. Remember, we got a lot of other stuff on our channel, so hit up the Kickback. Make sure you guys check out our channel. We add new stuff to it all the time. Make sure you guys subscribe because we got a lot of deck profiles coming your way, a lot of duel videos. And if you want to see this deck in action, check the channel, and you're gonna see this deck duel a few different type of decks, and we're gonna do a deck profile. So make sure y'all comment, rate, subscribe, and that's a wrap. Kickback, deuces.